All right, Shalom Akim. Hey, Yabashimel Shai Brakathum. To my dear brothers out there, you little amount of sisters, worshiping Yabashimel Shai in spirit and in truth. All praise it to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, divine to the apostles over there at Great Millstone. All right, another current events, prophecy, and madness. And today's date is September 29th, year of the turn up of Yabashimel Shai. And like we always encourage you brothers and sisters out there, man, we closer than ever. The year is moving fast. There's a lot going on. And just as we always do, let's jump right into it. So the first video I have right here was a woman. One of the brothers sent this out, and it's a woman of a dream that she had. And this dream has scared her so bad that she's trying to change her life to who she ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Let's peep it out.
I'm going to hold this phone because I have tried to record this now 4 different times, but somehow it's like my phone keeps getting knocked off. I'm not touching it. Like the devil is trying to get me to not say this, and it's scaring me even more. But I just had a dream. I took a nap. And I woke up and I had to leave out of the house and come to the store because I had to just get out because this dream scared the ever-living daylights out of me. And now my grandmother, she was a very God-fearing woman. Me and her really didn't get along. I've never, ever, ever had a dream about her before in my life. And tonight I had one that scared the crap out of me. I don't know what is coming. I fear it, but yet I know that I need to get my life together and my life right with God because I have not been living right. But in this dream, me and my grandmother, we was cleaning out my Papa Charles's house. Now, them two are not connected. I have no clue where them two got connected in the dream somehow. But I was clearing out her house. No, his house. And I was in the other room. She was in another. And I heard her scream to the top of her lungs. So I ran into the room and I opened the door. And she has her hand on her chest. And she's looking up at the sky. And there's this skylight. And while she was screaming, I turned around and I looked up to see what she was screaming at. And the sky was ripping open. And a bright flame was peering through it. And screams were coming from everywhere. Screams of pain. Now, I believe in God. I trust in God, but I have not been living my life right, just like as I said. And she looked at me in the dream. Then she told me, it's time. You need to get prepared. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know I hope this gets to everyone. But time is running out. Time is. Y'all need to get y'all's lives right. Y'all do. Because he's coming. He's coming. I'm going to hold this.
All right, you brothers and sisters was able to peep this woman's striking, testimony of the dream that she had. And hey, you know, to us brethren out there, hey, all the work Yahweh Shema Shai have us putting in, it's not for vanity. It's not going void. Everybody is feeling, that something is wrong. Everybody's feeling that, something big is finna happen. Now, real quick, one of the things the brother's pointing out, when you go to this woman's page after, as you can see, it says just watched on the 3rd row. And ever since that video, she's been, if you peep her videos, she's been trying to basically get her, ever since that dream, she's been trying to get her life, right with God. you know, who she calls God. But prior to that, as you can see, you know, she's smoking. She's just out there being a woman of America, American woman. So that whatever she's seen, that dream, and when she's seen those people on fire and screaming, it shocked her so bad that she's actually trying to change her life around. This is Joel chapter 2 verse. You know what? Let's get it in Acts. This is the book of Acts chapter 15 verse 7. It says, and when there should be, forgive me. It's the book of Acts chapter. Where's it at? Where you at? This is the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 16. It says, but this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, and it should come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High. I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young man shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaids will I pour out in those days my spirit, and they shall prophesy. So what this woman, you know, seen was, you know, basically the final judgment. You know what I mean? All right, it's finna be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth, and the Lord has placed this spirit on that woman to be, you know, to tell this vision or that dream that she'd had. You know what I mean? Now, this is the book of, because when she said she looked in the sky, it was like ripped open, and she could see, I think she said flames and people just screaming on fire. Because the end goal of America in certain parts of the world, a lot of parts of the world, is that it's gonna be destroyed by nuclear destruction. You know, and a lot of people are gonna weep and gnash, and there's gonna be a lot of screaming. Matter of fact, this is the book of Matthew chapter 22. Let me see. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. What is it? Here we go. Matthew chapter 25, verse. Matthew 25, verse. Where we at? 29. It says, for unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance, but from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, there should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So yeah, what that woman seen was weeping and gnashing of teeth. The Heavenly Father is not joking, man. And it scared her so bad she's changing her life up now. Okay? Now peep this next thing that I did see.
In Victorville between deputies and the Fontana.
Listen to this crazy story.
Well, today a shootout on the 15th freeway in Victorville.
And this is, just by the way, I'm going to start it over. But Victorville, me and the brothers out here in Great Millstone, Los Angeles, the brothers that's in my section or region, we switch city by city. One week we're in Lancaster, California. The next week we're in Victorville, California, and we do it like that. Now, this story took place in Victorville, California.
Well, today a shootout on the 15th freeway in Victorville between deputies and the Fontana man accused of shooting his wife and kidnapping his 15-year-old daughter. And just a few minutes ago, investigators announced both Anthony Graziano and his 15-year-old daughter, Savannah, were killed in that gun battle. And they say Savannah was wearing tactical gear.
Let's get to CBS News' Michelle Gili live in Hesperia tonight with more details on this story. Michelle.
Absolutely chilling, really. The sheriff says that as soon as deputies encountered this suspect after a tip from a citizen, this was around 10:30 this morning, the suspect began firing, or someone from inside of the truck began firing on the deputies. And the sheriff says that it was
constant shooting. Now, this was happening on several highways, on the 395 and the 58 in the Barstow area. And the sheriff says the shooting continued onto the I-15 into Victorville. That is where dozens of witnesses began recording this wild scene on their cell phones.
A firefight ensues. During that firefight, the suspect vehicle comes to rest.
A wild shootout on high desert freeways Tuesday between a Fontana murder suspect, his daughter, and San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies ended with the deaths of the fugitive and the teenager, according to Sheriff Shannon Dykes.
At which time a subject exits the passenger side of the vehicle wearing tactical gear. That subject starts to run towards sheriff's deputies, and during the gunfire goes down. Sheriff's deputies immediately go to clear the vehicle so that they could clear the vehicle, make it safe, and render medical aid.
The sheriff says the girl was wearing a protective trauma plate on her chest and a tactical helmet. Her father, Anthony Graziano, was found dead inside of the white truck alongside the I-15 in Victorville. The sheriff says an AR-type assault rifle was found at the crime scene. Shots were fired, he says, at deputies who'd been pursuing the truck since the Barstow area.
And as the deputies arrive, they encounter the suspect vehicle. A pursuit ensues, and as a result of that pursuit, the suspect immediately starts firing at our deputies, putting several rounds through the windshield of the patrol unit. The pursuit continues on Highway 58 to I-15 in the area of Linwood, where a second unit is involved. The suspect firing back at our deputies the entire time, and at which time the suspect ends up shooting the second pursuing vehicle, causing the vehicle to become disabled.
Now, I asked the...
Now, you brother and sisters, see, man, you had this guy, he shot his woman, he took his daughter, and he was on a run. He got a tip, the police got a tip from somebody where he may be, and they chased this dude for quite some time. And on the trial of them, you know, chasing each other, or the police chasing him, they shooting at each other the whole time, you know? And to the point where the car come to arrest, they kill a dude, and they don't even give a freak about his daughter. They end her life too. And they trying to say she was wearing tactical gear and a helmet. You know, this is where it's getting to with sedition amongst men. 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, starting at verse 16. Now let me start at 15. It says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." We're getting to that point where everybody just not really caring about anything, period. They pull out their gun anywhere. They shoot anywhere. They don't care if it's the police, man. That's how, like, careless everybody has gotten. And that's these scriptures. It just said it. It says they should fight one against another with swords in their hands. And that's the modern day sword, is that gun. It says Egypt shall move, for there should be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions to stand in their power. So as you see, we're moving into that time where people are not finna give a freak about what the law have to say. And that's what sedition means. It means an uprising in a government. They're not going to regard their princes, their kings, your governors, your mayors. They're not going to care what the president have to say. They're not going to care what these police have to say. They're going to just start, as you can see, just start shooting at each other, man. Shootouts. It don't matter if they got their daughters with them. Police ain't going to care if you got your daughter. It's going to be all that. So I thought that was just like, man, look at this craziness. And we teach right out there. You know? So let's see what we got next up on this lineup. I know you brethren been knowing about the hurricane that's going on over there in Florida, which the Apostle Ramlab addressed it, that them brothers that live out there, they reported that everything is, you know, on their behalf, everything is good. And that's because the Heavenly Father, the God of the Bible, controls natural disasters. So those that are doing right by him, they're protected. But all the rest of these people what they dealing with.
Go to the fucking gym.
Sorry, what the hell is that bullshit?
I just want to say, if you've ever floated in a floaty pool in your own living room with your refrigerator, your door, I just want to say, if you've ever floated in a floaty pool.
So you can see that woman, she in a whole pool, you know, while everything in her house is floating in water, man. Let's look some more. Check this out. This is in Tampa Bay, which is Florida. Hurricane, I believe you would call it Ion or Eon. Peep it. You brethren see it. Where it was water at is no water. All the water is in the cities where the people are at. You know? Let's peep some more. I got some more here.
There is no delineation anymore between the Gulf of Mexico and Naples at this point. There used to be a few hundred feet of beach over there. It's not there. We were just talking about roadways becoming waterways. That's exactly what we're looking at over here. There were cars nicely parked along the right and the left of this roadway. Take a look at the cars now. They're all bunched into each other over there. They've floated many, many feet. There's a car in the middle of the road behind us. But look, Randy, take a look at it. This is storm surge. This is what we're talking about. To most people, it seems like a flood. Take a look at that. Those carports across. The Gulf of Mexico is now part of Naples, Florida. There is no delineation.
Like you said, the Gulf of Mexico is now a part of Florida. All that water is, the Heavenly Father is transferring that water from its lake and ponds, rivers, the gulfs, and moving it right into the city. Like I said, it used to be cars lined up all up and down that street. The Heavenly Father is, man, the Heavenly Father is tearing this place up. He's tearing the world up. And these are the plagues that the Lord promised before that great and dreadful day of the Lord. You know? Let's check out this next one right here. Let me see.
We expect to have to evacuate over 300,000 people, and it will take some time. Time is of the essence. Act now.
Officials worried about a catastrophic storm surge in the city that could reach up to 10 feet above sea level.
This portion of the coastline, the west coast of Florida, is incredibly vulnerable to storm surge. I want to stress that if you're ordered to evacuate, that you must comply with those evacuation instructions.
Residents are boarding up and gathering supplies, including sandbags and non-perishables.
We weren't expecting it to come right at us, and now it looks like it is, so it's a little concerning.
This one looks like it could be a real one, so try and protect my property, get stuff up to the second level where I can.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declaring a state of emergency across the entire state.
Please be prepared because this is a very big storm. It's about 500 miles wide.
Ian forecast to make landfall in Florida on Thursday with heavy rain, high winds, and flooding, though the exact track of the storm is still up in the air.
And so, yes, follow that track, but don't think because that eye may or may not be in your area that you're not going to see impacts. You're going to see significant impacts.
Ian is expected to become a major Category 3 hurricane tonight. As
we expect to have to evacuate over.
So, you know, the Heavenly Father is definitely visiting this place, as you brethren and sisters very well see. Isaiah 29, verse 6, it says, "Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh." That's the true name of the Heavenly Father. "Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise and storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire." And a lot of them Edomites, some rich Edomites that live all over the United States, man, you're the one that be really getting jacked up by these natural disasters that the Lord is bringing. You know, whether it's being used by HARP or whether, you know, however it's coming, or whether the Lord just sent it. You know what I mean? You are target, because this is now it's time for you Edomites, you self-proclaimed white people. That's your biblical name, the Edomites. Now it's time for the Lord to get you. You finna suffer the wrath of the Lord for all the wickedness you've been doing in the earth. Because you, as we said before we started looking at all these clips on the hurricane, the brethren, they're fine. The Lord got the brothers, and we don't have to do nothing but wait on the Lord. That's all we do. In 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's what's going on. The Heavenly Father is visiting the world that he made. And it's a lot of wickedness on the hands of Esau Edom. So he's suffering for it. You know what I mean? So let peep this right here. The next little thing that I have here, man, hey, the Heavenly Father is showing us our salvation. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Let's see what this is talking about here.
Hello?
Hey, where's Mom?
She should be at home.
Okay.
Why, what's up?
Oh, I don't know. Something really. See if you can get a hold of her. I need her to FaceTime me as soon as possible.
Okay, wait. It cut out. Say it one more time.
Tell her to FaceTime me as soon as possible.
You brethren see it. Y'all see our transportation out of here. Y'all see the angelic forces, the angels. That's our like the head brother, the elder brother Barack in the camp. One of the head brothers. That's the Air Force. You know, that's our Air Force. That's our deliverance. And that's the punishment that will be used by Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh's son. All right? Dude was so through in his mind, all he could say was, where's mother? He just want to know if his mom is all right. Because what he's looking at in the sky, all them chariots. Look at all them chariots. And this is happening worldwide, everywhere. Brothers are seeing them. People in other countries are seeing them. People all throughout the states. This Romans 13:11 says, and that, knowing the time, that now was high time to awake out of sleep. For now our salvation is nearer than we believe. That's our salvation right there. That's our tickets out of here. Them chariots is going to beam us up. According to 2 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, starting around verse 16. Those chariots are going to beam us up while America be destroyed. It's nearer than we believe. You see? Let's go right here to Luke 21:28. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Look up, brothers. You know, when you pull up to your house, just look in the sky real quick, man. See if you see a chariot, man. You know, whenever it just dawn on you to look up, because you will see chariots every now and then when you look up. And that's our ticket out of here, man. And Yahweh Shai is going to grant the Israelites a chariot all over. Every single Israelite going to have a chariot over their palace, according to the book of Isaiah. Start right at the top and then read down to about verse 5. You know? Everybody's going to have their own chariot. So that's our salvation. That's going to be our reward. And that's going to be, that's our Air Force. Hey, man, I can't wait till Yahweh Shai deliver us. All right? So I thought that was crucial. And all dude could say was, where's mom? Where's mom? Mama. Now, this will be the final clip I'm going to play, but hey, you brothers out there, man, hey, I'm talking, like, I know, you brethren out there that be burning for women, you know, and everything of the sort. You know, you want a woman, you know, these women, they run around. A part of the reason why you burning so excessively is because these women are running around half naked. It's almost like putting candy in front of a baby. You know, every time you go to the store, you can't even just go get a bag of apples without seeing a woman's apple bottom hanging out. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing. You go anywhere, it's a half-naked woman that her energy is so high, it just leaves you nothing but, you know, just that drive that men have. Well, I want to say, you know, like the scriptures say, have temperance to your souls and possess your souls. The scriptures say, you know, keep your house in order. First, your house is you. And then the scriptures say, your temple, you know, to take care of your temple, according to, was that 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, because this is what's now going on. The rise in 1.6 million chlamydia cases reported in 2021. Let's listen to this guy.
As someone that works in the lab that has to run these tests on a regular, these are factual. These are factual. And the crazy part is this. This is the crazy part. It's not the men's. It's not the men's. That's the crazy part for me. It's not the men's. 9 times out of 10, when I get a positive chlamydia, it's the women. Right? The syphilis and HIV, that's going crazy right now. Nuts. 8. That's why get a good girl, settle down, and marry her. Find a good man who is going to give you what you like, marry him. Because this is what the street look like. This is what the streets, they cold. They can street only care about the street. When they want to do hot girl summer, hot boy summer, city boys are up, city girls are down. This is what y'all getting. This right here. And this is 2021. We haven't even got the report for 2022 yet. And that might end up being double these numbers from what I'm seeing. Child, the streets are ghetto.
You know, to all you brethren out there, man, you know, let that honestly, you know, let that sink into your mind with dealing with these women, you know, and like your mind towards them right now. I understand very well. I'm burning my damn self. You know what I mean? All us men is burning. But this is a part of our punishment. Because as you hear this guy who report, he's the one that do the tests. He's the one that say, damn, this person's burning, this person burning, that person, or this person's not burning, that person's burning. He's the one that's doing that. And this is just 2021. He said he hasn't even got 2022 reports. But these women, they sleeping around like fucking crazy, and they're burning. They got firecracker box. And they don't care. They will spread it to you. They do not care about spreading it to you. They have that, well, if I'm affected, you gonna get affected too mentality. So it's kind of like, now you just want to really honestly be very careful in controlling your lust. You know what I mean? Your burning sensation for women. Control it. Because you'll get plagued by one of these demons of an STD, man. And like he said, it's women that he's figuring this out with. It's not so much as a man. And then he encouraged you to go get a good woman, go get a good man. It's like, that's a needle in a haystack. First off, ain't nobody's good. But to find a decent person nowadays, it's like a needle in a haystack. You gotta really scrutinize the hell out of these women. You gotta wrap it up. You gotta do it, man. You just gotta be on point with yourself to not get burned. The Deuteronomy 28:60 says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and there they should cleave on thee, and they should cleave unto thee. And every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord is bringing these plagues upon these women because they're mistreating sex. That's the reason why. You know? And like I said, if you're not on point, they will trap you up and burn your rod. How you pissing hot, you know, liquid, scratching, skin peeling, Nestle Crunch rod, whatever you want to call it, man. This is Ecclesiastes. These women are a trap right now, you know. You gotta honestly scrutinize a woman very carefully. And when you scrutinize a woman very carefully, she either gonna run or submit. This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands are as bands, who pleaseth the heavenly Father shall escape from her, but the sinner should be taken by her." So you brethren heard it very well. You please Yahweh Shemel Shai, you will escape this woman. But if you're not on point with the Lord, you're going to get burned by this woman. Hey, another current events, prophecies, and news. You know, madness. Hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Brakatham to you, Akim Step. Shalom.